love this car. This should be mine. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the Milwaukee Concours d'Elegance. This show is in its 15th year, and it's taken me 15 years to get here. But I'm telling you, it's beautiful. Perfect day, Milwaukee skyline, Lake Michigan, and tons of really cool cars. So what do you say we get around and check some of these babies out? Mike, how you doing, man?
Dennis, a pleasure, a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Man, what a beautiful show, what a beautiful day.
Oh, we lucked out and just so glad we've got these great automobiles, more importantly, great people here to enjoy it.
What a fantastic venue here, Veterans Park. You got Lake Michigan, you got the skyline. That's awesome. I mean, what's not to love, right?
It's just wonderful, the participation. And I think we've got a great crowd because of you, my friend.
Well,
Thank
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
You know, I've been trying, you've been doing this, what, 15 years, right?
Yeah, 15 years in existence.
I heard of it in the very beginning, and I've just never been able to get up here. I'm just blown away. You've got about how many cars?
Oh, we're pushing 400.
Yeah, because you've really got two things going here. You've got the Concours itself, and then you've got the, what do you call it?
It's the show and glow paddock, and what we try to do is make sure that we've got the museum pieces, the types of vehicles that people will never see anyplace else. Just amazing iron, as you see right here.
Right.
But then we also want to make sure that people, if they love their vehicle and they want to enjoy the day, boom, you're in the show too. And it is. It's two shows, but it's one show and for one good cause.
And I love that because Concours can sometimes be a little stuffy. But this show's just got this wonderful Midwestern vibe.
It's fun. We want people to enjoy it. We don't want them to sit there with Q-tips to do all that. Just have some fun.
And man, everybody seems to be, and boy, there's a lot of spectators here too today.
It's a great turnout, and we're just so pleased. The weather always has something to do with it. And
always.
We've been blessed today with some great weather.
You sure have, man, and some really, really great cars. So what do you say we go look at a few of them?
I think that's a great
Let's
idea,
do it,
sir.
man. Let's
all right.
go. Joe, this is magnificent. You know, we're kind of in the pure classic section, and this is a pure classic. I mean, and very pure. This is a 38 Talbot.
Talbot Lago, yes.
Talbot Lago, what model?
So it's a T23, but it's called a Grand Luxe or a Lago Special, which was a car that Talbot Lago only offered to very special people, and in this case it was Philippe Etessilon, who was a race car driver for them.
Oh, so you couldn't buy this? A regular person couldn't buy this car?
To my understanding, correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the detail, and it's French design. I mean, it's just so French.
It's so French.
It's so French.
And
I love the
swoopy.
fenders, swoopy, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they were always known for. You know, I look at this grille, canted back, I love that. But is that a crank port?
It is, yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I love this black and cream two-tone. These are elegant to begin with, but that just takes it up another level. And what a beautiful interior.
Thank you.
I mean, all redone also, right?
Yep, absolutely.
The dash is so interesting because it kind of bows about the center. Hand wood grained, it's a metal dash,
it's
but
a
hand
metal
wood.
dash, yeah.
Cool. What's the shift setup?
So this is a Wilson pre-selected gearbox.
Oh, it's so strange.
Yeah, it is, but it's also, you know, kind of geared around racing. They called this a race car and evening dress because it was very fast for the time period, and it also had accommodations for a family.
And the trunk mount spare, I mean, this is just stunning. I love
Thank you. The latches.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Beautiful car.
Thank you.
Probably an equally beautiful engine. Let's go look at it.
Sure, absolutely. We'll give it a look.
Wow. An inline six.
Correct.
Push rod engine, right?
Correct. It's capable of, I've been told upwards of over 100. I've never, ever
Tried
done
it.
that. I think I was nervous this morning going as fast as I was, and I was giving her. She's smooth, and it's honestly, the first time I drove it home, my wife was tailing me, and I kind of blew her away because I don't think she expected it to be that fast.
Really?
It goes.
And how does it run? Does it run pretty smooth?
Absolutely.
Wow. Definitely a fabulous car. 1938 Talbot Lago.
T23 Grand Luxe Lago Special.
Wow. What a car. Thanks for bringing it out, Joe.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Stunning. Well, Steve, This is a beautiful little car, and I have never seen
Thanks.
one. This is a 62 Sunbeam LeMans?
Sunbeam Harrington LeMans.
Harrington LeMans. What's the story? Because I've never seen this car.
In April 1961, Sunbeam was racing Harringtons at Le Mans, and they won the Index of Affluency, which means they went the fastest with the least amount of fuel. And to commemorate that award, for 1962, they came out with this car, the Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans. And this is the only Harrington that was sold to dealers that wasn't a pre-order. They took the Sunbeam Alpines, which had a roadster body on them, and they built coach-built coupes to race.
Is it pretty much an Alpine?
The back seat is completely different from an Alpine, and the engine's been worked over a little.
My gosh, it's just, and it looks original. I mean, this thing looks unrestored, or is it?
Yeah, this is an unrestored example.
This is what makes this car, is this almost Jag coupe-esque top. I mean, I
Yeah.
just love it. Now, is this fiberglass?
Yeah, from the belt line up, it's steel below the belt line, and then from there up, it's all fiberglass.
And only rear quarter, right? I mean, the door is still full steel, yes?
Correct.
And is this trim line really to kind of mask the seam? Or?
Exactly, the seam is right under that trim line, and to make sure that there's no variation that you'd see in the paint, that kind of hides it.
So the interior, has this been redone?
This has not been redone.
Wow.
There's a couple of pieces of carpet that I've patched in, but other than that, it's original.
Original steering wheel?
Yeah, the Harrington steering wheel is different than an Alpine, and there's a little Harrington badge over on the glove box.
I love the toggle switches. They just look so cool. You don't have any leg room, but otherwise you got a lot of room in the back seat. Does that fold down?
It does, it does.
Oh, so this is like a 2+2 Jag in a lot of ways. And with this little bit of a spoiler almost, you know, I mean, maybe not, but it sure kind of looks like that. And those are interesting taillights. Is it this car only, or?
These are completely different than a regular Sunbeam Alpine.
Yes, they are. Does anybody even know what this is? You take it to a show, does anybody know what it is?
No, and most people don't know what a Sunbeam is, and they especially don't know what this is.
They don't know a Sunbeam to begin with,
Right.
and it goes down from there. Well, these would have been powered by, let's go see what it's powered by. Come on
Okay.
up. Oh, okay, so what are we looking at here?
This is the Alpine Series 2 1600 engine. These cars have a little bit of headwork compared to a regular Alpine, and this also has a high volume oil pump.
The Le Mans script here, was that part of this package, or
Yeah, this is considered the Stage 2 Le Mans configuration.
K&N filter, Weber carburetor?
Weber carburetor.
Wow, man. What a fun little car. I mean, again, I've never seen one. When I saw it sitting there, I was like, I got to find this guy. So 1962 Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans, right?
Exactly.
Wow. I really dig this car. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
Man, oh man. I love this job. Well, Dan, I saw you rolling in. I went, oh, a hot rod. That's a big hot rod. I went, you know, it looks like a Packard. And I went, looks like sporting a Packard engine.
It is.
All those things are true.
Yes.
So this is, I mean, this is a 29 Packard, right?
Yep.
So you decided to not restore it per se, but to rod it.
Yeah,
sort
that's what
of.
I was looking for, something to hot rod, because I'd always restored cars,
Uh-huh.
but I wanted to hot rod something without destroying a nice car. So,
So this is all Packard, right?
yes,
The frame?
the frame is Packard, all original to the car.
Well, when you came in and it's this big, long, straight 8 engine, but you're sporting a couple kind of hot rod carburetors there.
Right. Homemade intake and exhaust, just for the look.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's not a lot you can hot rod with a 29 Packard engine.
Yeah, it's true. Because these had updrafts, right?
Yes.
Okay. What are the headlights? Those aren't Packard though, right?
33 Hudson 8.
And these are huge wheels. Is this the stock height?
Yes. 20-inch tires.
Man, oh man.
I just love the mechanical of
Yeah.
it, so I left it all original.
And exposed,
Yes.
so you can see it all
So,
too.
and people just marvel at all the stuff going on there. With
Yeah,
the
and
mechanical
this is
brakes.
29, you know, and,
Yeah.
and it always blows me away, the technology and the engineering of these early cars. It was
Right.
all stuff that people said, oh, we tried that, it didn't work. They never heard that, so they just
Right.
tried all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, the grill that opens on its own when it gets warm.
It's a bimetallic spring, isn't it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Wow.
One big cast aluminum crankcase.
That's right, these are all aluminum down there.
Yeah.
Holy cow. How much of the body did you have to redo?
The cowl was gone. It was
Okay.
in the fire. So I had to find a cowl, and then I found some doors from a sedan and made those fit, and had to patch the bottom of the quarters, but the wood was completely gone.
Oh, sure.
My dad did all the woodwork in the car.
They didn't have these separated buckets, did they?
They did.
Oh, really?
There was one bigger seat and one small seat that folded ahead, because this has to go ahead to
Oh,
get
that's
in the
right,
back.
of course. Oh, and it flips up too. Oh, my
So
goodness.
these are Model A sedan, two-door sedan seats.
You've updated your gauging, of course.
Classic Instruments gauges.
Nice stuff. They do great work.
Yep.
And how about the wood dash? Is that just something you created, or what was the dash in a 29 Packard?
It was metal, and usually they had a wood graining on them, but
I see.
My dad just made a wood dash for me.
This would have been the stock height on this car.
On the roof, yeah.
On the roof.
But it's channeled 4.5 inches over the frame.
Oh, look. Oh, nice job. You obviously know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've been doing collision work my whole life. So.
That would explain it then.
Yeah.
So did it originally have 2 taillights? These a lot of times
Yes.
just had 1. It did have 2.
On the fenders. These are Dodge Brothers taillights.
Okay. I just really, really like this car. It is so big, and these were so fine. Remember what their motto was?
Ask the man who owns one.
Ask the man who owns one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. 1929, all Packard Hot Rod. Wow, Dan, nice car.
Thank you.
Ken, this is really cool, and I had never seen one of these. This is a Lancia, right?
Yeah, this is a Lancia Delta Integrale HF Evo 1.
Wow, that's a mouthful. That is a mouthful, and it's a 92, right?
Yeah, this is a 92. They started making these in October of 91. This was the final homologation of their famous rally cars that won the World Championship 6 years in a row.
This is like one of the top rally cars of all time. Is that true?
If you Google top rally cars of all time and you get a top 10 list, this is usually number 1.
Pretty impressive. It caught my eye because I'd never seen one. You know, at first glance, it's, oh, is that a Golf? Is that a Volkswagen Golf?
Well,
What
the
is-
same designer, Giuseppe Giugiaro, designed the Golf, so a lot of people see it as that.
It came this way from the factory, is that
It
correct?
did. Everything but the stripe that was added by the previous owner is a tribute to Martini. Original paint, original wheels, original engine. Yeah,
It just looks strong.
is really advanced for its time. It's got epicyclical front differential with torque distribution. Then it goes to a Fergus viscous coupler and a Torsten rear end differential. So it distributes torque to the wheels in
All
a
four
really
of
unique,
them.
all four. It's 4-wheel drive. This was the competition for the Audi Quattro.
How does it corner?
It's amazing. I mean, when you go around corners in this car, the car just laughs back at you. It says, "Is that all you've got?" It's got turbo. It's got a lot of the electronics at the Ferrari F40, the same ECU, the same map sensors.
Wow.
And it actually is very, very fast. Probably faster than an F40.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. I love the interior. Is this
Yes.
original too?
This is original
Because this
interior.
looks like really inviting.
This is the Ricaro leather. It's got the Momo wheel. It's got the Alcantara liner. This is all original, the way these Evo 1s came.
My, and the gauging, I mean, that is beautiful. And are those all analog?
It's all analog gauges.
man,
and
I mean,
it's
this
a
is-
lot of fun. The reason that this is a rare car, even in Europe, is that it's so much fun to drive that people just put very high miles
And
on
just
them.
beat them dead.
They beat them dead, and they also would try to rally them, and people would be closet ralliers, and they'd beat them up. And,
Well, this
these are
thing
the-
is so quick. It's got to be what's hiding under the hood. Let's go see what that's.
Yeah, let's take a look. It's all
Oh, my
under
goodness.
the hood.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's
And
4-cylinder.
transverse.
16 valve.
Yeah.
They came out with the 16 valves in 1989. It's got horsepower of 210 at 5750 RPM.
This looks like a bit of an upgrade.
This is a bit of an upgrade. This is called a Walker intercooler. It adds about 15 horsepower. So the stock engine was 210. This is probably about 225. It just takes a little bit more air. So this is the intercooler they'd use on some of the racing cars.
This just looks like a little rocket
They,
ship.
they pack a lot of engineering in, a lot of engineering.
So this is it's a 91?
92.
92.
Lancia Delta Integrale Evo 1.
It's a really cool car.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Beautiful,
your
man.
show.
Appreciate it. Man, I love Ferraris. Jerry, this is beautiful. This is a 365 GT?
2+2.
2+2, 1968.
Yep.
Stunningly beautiful car. Ferraris aren't very common to begin with, but this one's, I think, particularly uncommon.
The biggest Ferrari by dimensions ever built. It's
How many did they make? Any idea?
Yeah, 801 worldwide.
That's it.
From 68 through 71.
Wow. So how long have you had it?
Actually, I've only owned it about 2 months. So
Wow.
Yeah.
This is fresh.
So it's fresh. Yeah, this is its maiden voyage. The car's only seen 500 miles in 30 years. So it sat in a collection, never driven. He never drove it, so he spent a lot of money getting it roadworthy, and now it just needs to be driven. So I said, I'll do that for you.
I got that. I'm a little surprised they're not covered headlights.
You know, that was like an option, and you can get those put on. This one didn't have it on,
Uh-huh.
but those are something you could add on, which looks really good, by the way.
So does this, though. I mean, that's the other thing. I don't think there's an angle on this car that doesn't look good. If you had this in 68, you were somebody.
Oh.
you were somebody.
And it's such a great cruising car, too.
Oh, yeah. And so, just so striking. And you know, red, but then you've got this beautiful, you know, what are they called?
It's called tobacco, actually.
Oh, is it really?
Tobacco interior, yeah.
Oh my goodness! And again, you bought it in this condition.
Yep, yeah.
And it hasn't been restored, right? I mean,
No,
is this-
one repaint, and the interior's been redone, but the interior dashboard's original, all the wood grain.
I love how the instruments kind of, you know, cant into you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she is really, really long, isn't
It
it?
is. It's the biggest dimensionally sized Ferrari ever built.
Oh, it's just stunningly beautiful. And now, of course, I mean, it's Ferrari. The greatest thing about Ferrari is under the hood. Let's go look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So this is the 4.4-liter Colombo V12, which has got 320 horsepower. But think of you know, the red line's 6,500, and it's just an amazing motor. It sounds good. It pulls nice.
I found it always interesting, the two oil filters up top.
And the reason being is this was two 6-cylinder engines bolted together.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that,
that's,
really?
yeah, so they're like mated together. So literally, it's almost, the firing order is like the Independence. So they're literally, that's why there's two filters, because
Oh, interesting.
they took them and married them up.
Have you been to the Milwaukee Concours before?
I have. I've had cars in this for probably about the 11th or 12th year now.
You know, what a venue. I mean, you got the skyline, you got the
lakefront.
lake, and a perfect day. 1968 Ferrari 365 GT 2+2. You're my hero.
Dennis, thank you. This is awesome.
Oh man, the Milwaukee Concours d'Elegance is a beautiful show, and you'll see just about everything here. Plus, it's a great town. You ought to check this one out.